despite his fulfilled promises to voters, calling him the people's president. Here's what they shared with One America's Jack Posobiec.
Enthusiasm for President Trump's re-election continues to build. With fewer than 50 days left until Election Day, the president's supporters showed up in force at his Thursday rally in Mosinee, Wisconsin, and were keen to share their appreciation for his administration's work.
He makes promises, he keeps them. Everything he said he would do, he's done. He speaks the people's language. He's the people's president. He's my president.
During his rally remarks, the president took aim at his Democrat opponent, saying during his time as a senator and vice president, Joe Biden sat back while American jobs were exported overseas and China gained more influence on the world stage. Some of those in attendance echoed this message, condemning Biden and his running mate Kamala Harris for having failed to advocate for the constituents' interests throughout their lengthy political careers.
They've been in politics, they've been in different positions, they've proven themselves. They've done nothing but take advantage. I mean, Biden, 47 years of ripping off the country. Nothing's going to change. He has nothing to offer the country. He hasn't done it then, and he's not going to do it now. The man is beyond his means. They made themselves rich. It should be enough.
In contrast against this characterization of the Democrat ticket, President Trump's supporters spoke of him as a leader rooted in the will of the people and deeply concerned with the issues affecting everyday Americans. Some also took the time to express their disagreement with recent criticism from media outlets, who they say have been wrongfully painting the president's relationship with the armed forces in a negative light.
He really cares. He cares about the veterans, which I'm a veteran. He cares about people. He cares about our religion, whether it's Christianity or the Catholics. He loves all religions, and he supports all religions and their rights to believe what they believe. Whether he believes it or not, he supports our rights to believe what we believe, and that's what America's about.
And when asked about President Trump's chances at re-election, supporters at the event shared the belief that many likely voters may be feeling intimidated to publicly share the support of the president in the face of violent reprisals from the left. Yet come Election Day, they said, they are confident this silent majority will come out in full force and secure 4 more years of President Trump's leadership.
There's so many people who are afraid to talk about it. They're afraid to come out and say, I'm voting. I'm totally with them. We've got signs in our apartment windows so they can see it's tough. People are ready to key vehicles, and it's a different world, but yeah.
There's no other man to lead this country. He's shown that in the last 4 years, and he shows he'll do it again. He's a man of his word. He promised, and he kept them. And we'd heard if he wasn't elected again. There's no other candidate that can beat Trump.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below.
Well,
and
I'm going to start
subscribe
right
to One
here.
American News on
Good
YouTube.
morning,
And
all my
call
fellow
your cable
Americans.
provider and kindly
It seems,
demand that
and
One
God
American
hope,
News is added to your
hope so.
lineup. Call and subscribe today.
If that's not a mass fraud, which we have to be very careful on our president and the FBI, and be ready to bounce on these people who want to commit fraud, massive fraud. But it seems like we are winning. Before I start, we're going to send a salute to all my fellow American veterans, me being one of them, a member of the DAV Chapter 11, and God bless all veterans of all organizations. And never forget those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in order to keep our country free. Well, the state of Florida, don't forget to vote for Maria Elvira Salazar for Congress. She'll put a stop to these terrorists that are trying to take over Congress. And all states, let's vote conservative if you want to put a stop to the evil that's growing in our country due to the finance and support of the Democrat Party, which is no longer a Democrat Party. Now it's a communist Islamic terrorist organization or criminal syndicate, or however you want to call it. Let me go to, there's another one. I'm just going to prepare this next video. Oops, I'm gonna put on as last. Okay, I got it right here. I hope this doesn't offend what I'm going to say here. But before I start again, I want to remind everybody and the president. Let's do the same thing like we did in Venezuela. Let's freeze the accounts of the communists in Cuba and pass it on to a person who really loves his country, wants to see it free, like Jose Daniel Ferrer Garcia. Name him temporary president until there's free elections without communism and without fascism and Islamism. Okay? It doesn't make sense that we put people in strategic positions of responsibility in our country to destroy it. It doesn't make sense. It's not intelligent. Whoever designed that, you have to change that. Look what's happening in Europe. Look what's happening in Australia. It's stupid. It's stupid. And we have to make our politicians responsible for that by arresting them and putting them in prison and fighting the hell out of them. Okay? That's my opinion. Whether you like it or not. By the way, my name is Eduardo Rodriguez. I always forget to mention my name when I start, which I should always do. And I want to start off like I was going to say, I hope this doesn't offend anybody. And I appreciate and I admire a lot the advices of Dan Bongino. He's one of the best programs that I watch every day. I try not to miss one of his shows. He's great, super great. But he mentioned a program that is quarterly going to be a great difference besides YouTube for conservative. So I went in, I got approved. I don't think it went 3 days. They banned me. They said I was accused of spam. They don't give me a reason why. What was the spam all about? Know how many days I was going to be banned, if it's forever. Because according to them, I've been banned forever. So I just logged out. I don't think I committed any violations or any crime. I'm a conservative, a true conservative. What I was posting were videos in the section where there was I think like a chat area. I would post videos about what's happening in communist Venezuela, where they're destroying the country. Maybe it was that. I just don't got no idea why they banned me. Don't got the slightest idea. And I was planning to use their web streaming section or to make videos, but then they charge you $100. $100 how? $100 a month? $100 1 year for 1 year? Or $100 for once, and then we could keep on web streaming? I don't know. I wanted to know because I don't want to throw money away. I'm not a rich person. I don't plan on paying $100 a month. And plus, I suggest, the site is garbage. With all due respect, Don Bongino, you're one of the best. You're a true conservative, true patriot. I love your programs. But I have to say this because it's garbage. Rumblers is just a piece of garbage. It's a sham. Better than YouTube? It's not better than YouTube. No way. At least in YouTube is free. They haven't banned me again in YouTube. And they shouldn't. Because I'm not violating anything anyway either. They said I was violating in YouTube. They had me I think it was 3 months banned. For no reason, because the videos that I was posting were to share, were available to share. They were in share section. If they weren't for that, they should have put it in private. I said, if they do it one more time, I'm just going to try to see if I can sue them. Because it's just a stupid violation of their part. But Rumble is not a remedy. It's not a remedy. It's just a lie. Because if it would have been a remedy, why they ban me? I mean, no reason. I sent a message. Did I commit a crime? What did I do? I'm a true conservative. I'm a true Trump supporter. I find no reason. I mean, just incredibly no reason why they should have banned me. So, you know, fix that. I don't know if it's going to be too late because now I lost respect and confidence in Rumble. So what I did is I just logged out. I said, what the hell were you? So let me go to this last video. I'm going to leave with this last video, which it says here, Nancy Pelosi does a 180 on BLM. Too late, Pelosi. Is that going to help you one bit? You already showed your true hypocrisy and true colors. So, you know, it's a waste of time. You should have stayed the way you are because really it's not going to help you anyway. You know, people are leaving your party due to your hypocrisy. You know, nobody's going to believe you. Your lies are just shown right there in public. and all of you will never learn because Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, none of you will learn. You know, it amazes me how anybody can be a Democrat. You just can't believe it. You know, you can't believe it. So I'm leaving with this last video, and like I always say, Donald Trump, I was praying for you and your family. The same with Mike Pence. And God bless you, God protect you, and God bless our country eternally. And I stand with God and Israel eternally. So I'll see you guys soon. Happy Sunday, and bye-bye.
This is a news alert. Oh my goodness, Nancy Pelosi does a complete 180 on BLM, now is actually calling for the prosecution of rioters. I'm Josh Bernstein filling in for Gary Franchi on the Nexus Network. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you're subscribed. Hit that
She
notification
thinks that's
bell
going to
so
help
that
her.
you never miss a story.
Not one bit.
According to Christina Layla for the Gateway Pundit, you're not going to believe this one, folks. The internal polls must be so bad. House Speaker Nancy Lugosi did a complete 180 on Thursday and actually called for rioters to be prosecuted. Now, let me stop right here before we go any
That's because they
further.
dumped right in front of her
President Trump
house.
recently said something in his Wisconsin rally, the Massanutten rally, which was just the other night. And he said, remember, always look what Democrats do first. In other words, their first intention is their true intention. And the fact is that they didn't call out for prosecution of these rioters and looters at all until what? Their poll numbers started to crash.
No, and they pooped in her house, right in front of her
back to the
house.
script. Quote, we support peaceful demonstrations. We participate in them. They are part of the essence of our democracy. That does not include looting, starting fires, or rioting. They should be prosecuted. That is lawlessness, Pelosi said. Go and roll this
Yeah,
clip.
like we're going to believe you.
It is a good use of time for us in the House of Representatives to state our values, to remove all doubt that people in our country are respected, and that we are not using a pandemic to have people. I'll go into that in a moment, but let me just say this. Before the distinguished leader spoke, the gentleman on the other side said, where are you when you're talking about violence, this or that? We're there. We support peaceful demonstrations. We participate in them. They are part of the essence of our democracy. That does not include looting, starting fires, or rioting. They should be prosecuted. That is lawlessness. I'm very proud that Joe Biden has presented the clarity of that.
What a
making
hypocrite.
distinction
She's a real hypocrite.
that I don't think our colleagues quite understand, but the American people do.
Too late, Nancy.
That's what I say.
Too late, my goodness. Lugosi must have read the polls because the majority of Americans want law and order. That's the bottom line. That's why they're losing. That's why they're going to continue to lose. I just saw a poll, I think it was from Rasmussen, that they did a poll, and they're usually pretty accurate. And they said, not 4% or 14% or 24%, no, 42% of all voters, regardless of political ideology, said that they were either directly a part, in other words, had an issue with these rioters and looters either in their own backyards or their cities, or that it affected them personally. 42%, and guess what they said? which I still think is crazy. I don't know why it's not 100, but whatever. 65% of those people said it's their number one issue and that they're all voting for President Trump. And it was like 38% said that they were still going to vote for Joe Biden. I don't know, I guess they like fire and, you know, death and everything else in their neighborhoods. But bottom line is, this is definitely working in President Trump's favor. The more these violent riots continue on, which is unfortunate that they're doing this, but it's helping President Trump. That's the bottom line. You may possibly, and I don't know for sure, but you may want to go into Washington State and Portland, Mr. President, and find out, you know, do some internal polling, because you never know, you might only be 7 or 8 points behind in a state like Portland, or a state like Oregon, and of course Washington State. You know, these are places where typically they're blue, and you know, Republicans don't even bother going into them. But who knows? I mean, with everything going on, this has been a constant onslaught of 100+ days of this garbage. It's got to be taking effect, even on people that don't like the president. Still, obviously, want to have safe neighborhoods. They want their children to grow up in safety. I can't imagine them going, gee, I really don't like President Trump. I can't stand his tweeting, but, you know, I don't know. Should we vote for him? No, I don't like his tweeting, and I think I'd rather have violence and death and insecurity and a non-safe neighborhood instead. So I'll still vote for Dementia Joe and Heels Up Headboard Harris. I gotta have this feeling that that conversation is going on in many liberals' minds across the country, and yes, in cities that normally would not support the president. So I don't know, President Trump, maybe you ought to put the feelers out there in some of these left-leaning states and see if you're actually doing a lot better than you might think. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Put them down in the comments below. Give us a like, give us a share. Continue to watch the Next News Network. I'm Josh Bernstein, filling in for Gary Franchi. If you want to learn more about me, check out The Josh Bernstein Show. Also streaming on YouTube.